If you're ambitious but lazy and that sentence hit a nerve, don't click away. Because what I am about to say might be the first time someone actually explains what is really going on inside your mind. You dream big. You imagine a better life. You know you're capable of more. But when it's time to act, you freeze, procrastinate, scroll, delay, and then feel guilty for not becoming the person you know you could be. And the worst part is, people around you think you just don't care enough. But deep down you care more than they realize. Before we go any further, if this already feels uncomfortably relatable, make sure you like this video and subscribe to Pattrens. This channel dives into the hidden psychology behind human behavior, especially the parts people rarely talk about. Subscribing helps you stay connected to content that actually understands how your mind works. Let's clear something up right away. Most people who call themselves lazy are not lazy at all. True laziness is a lack of desire. But if you are ambitious, you have desire. You have vision. You have goals that light something up inside you. The problem isn't that you don't want enough. The problem is that your mind is stuck in a conflict between imagination and execution. Ambitious but lazy people live mostly in their heads. They see the future version of themselves clearly. They imagine success, freedom, recognition, peace or meaning. But imagination feels safe. Action feels risky. The moment action is required, your brain starts protecting you. It brings up doubt, fear, overthinking, and exhaustion. Not because you're weak, but because your mind associates effort with pain, pressure, or past failure. Many people like this grew up being praised for potential rather than effort. Maybe you were told you were smart, talented, gifted, or different. So you learned early that being capable was part of your identity. But you were never taught how to struggle openly, fail safely, or build discipline slowly. As an adult, effort feels threatening because if you try and fail, it feels like you're failing as a person, not just at a task. So instead, you delay. You wait for motivation. You wait for the right mood. You wait until you feel ready. And when nothing happens, the self-criticism starts. You call yourself lazy, undisciplined, or broken. But what's really happening is fear disguised as comfort. Your brain chooses familiar discomfort over unfamiliar risk. Another reason ambitious but lazy people struggle is mental overload. You don't want small goals. You want meaningful results. You don't want average success. You want transformation. And because your goals are big, your brain sees them as overwhelming. When the gap between where you are and where you want to be feels too wide, your nervous system shuts down. Procrastination becomes a way to avoid emotional overload. This is why you can work incredibly hard on things you care about deeply and feel completely drained by things that don't align with your values. It's not inconsistency. It's selective energy. Your mind wants purpose, not just productivity. And when you don't see immediate meaning, it resists. At Pattrens, we often talk about how ambition without emotional regulation leads to paralysis. You're not lazy. You're emotionally overthinking every step. You're trying to get everything right before you even begin. And perfectionism quietly kills momentum. Here's something most people won't tell you. Ambitious but lazy people often fear success just as much as failure. Success brings expectations, responsibility, visibility, pressure. If you succeed, you'll be expected to keep going. And part of you is already exhausted just thinking about that. So staying stuck feels safer than stepping into a life you're not sure you can sustain. This inner conflict creates guilt. You feel guilty for resting, guilty for not doing enough, guilty for wasting time, and guilt drains energy even more. The more guilty you feel, the harder it becomes to act. So you escape into distractions, not because you don't care, but because you care too much and don't know how to manage that pressure. The truth is discipline doesn't come from forcing yourself. It comes from lowering emotional resistance. When action feels lighter, you move naturally. That means breaking goals into embarrassingly small steps. Not because you're incapable, but because your brain needs safety before speed. You don't need more motivation. You need less intimidation. You need to stop trying to become a completely different person overnight. Progress for you looks quiet. It looks slow. It looks almost invisible at first. And that's okay. Consistency isn't about intensity. It's about trust. Trusting yourself to show up without punishment. Another hard truth is this. Ambitious but lazy people often tie their self-worth to outcomes. So if results don't come fast, they disengage emotionally. But effort without immediate reward is still effort. And learning to tolerate that gap is a skill, not a personality trait. You don't need to wait until you feel confident. Confidence comes after action, not before it. The version of you that feels disciplined is built by doing small, uncomfortable things, even when you don't feel like it, without shaming yourself for resistance. If you've been stuck for a long time, it doesn't mean you're running out of time. It means your system needs recalibration. Slower starts, clear boundaries. Fewer expectations, more honesty. As we come closer to the end, I want you to ask yourself something gently. What if you're not lazy? What if you're just ambitious in a world that taught you to chase results but never taught you how to move through fear, pressure, and doubt without burning out? You don't need to become someone else. You need to work with your mind, not against it. And once you do, action stops feeling like force and starts feeling like alignment. If this video described you, I'd really love to hear from you. Tell me in the comments what ambition means to you and where you feel stuck right now. Your comment might help someone else realize they're not alone. And if you know someone who dreams big but struggles to start, share this video with them. Sometimes understanding yourself is the first real step forward. Thank you for watching Mind Path, where we turn confusion into clarity and help you understand the patterns shaping your life.